Welcome to today's Lost Souls, where we bring you the most impactful and unforgettable stories from around the world. Today, we remember the lives of remarkable individuals whose legacies continue to inspire and resonate. From iconic musicians to trailblazing activists, join us as we celebrate their extraordinary contributions and bid farewell to those who have left an indelible mark on our lives. Stay tuned for a journey through their incredible stories.
Chris Robinson. Passed away at the age of 86, Chris Robinson was a revered American actor, renowned primarily for his role as Dr. Rick Weber on the iconic ABC soap opera General Hospital. Born on November 5, 1938 in West Palm Beach, Florida. Robinson's multi-decade career included notable roles in television series, films, and stage productions. Spanning from the late 1950s through the early 21st century, Robinson began his illustrious career acting in classic television shows such as The Donna Reed Show and Ben Casey, and guest stars in legendary series like Gunsmoke, The Fugitive, and Hogan's Heroes. He gained widespread recognition and acclaim as Sergeant Alexander Sandy Kamansky in the wartime drama 12 O'Clock High during the mid-1960s, a role that established him as a solid leading man on television. His most enduring legacy came from the daytime soap world, with his role as Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital, which he played from 1978 to 1986 and briefly reprised in 2002. His character, the adoptive father of mainstay Laura Spencer, was involved in several central storylines that captivated audiences and helped define the soap opera's golden era. Robinson's portrayal imbued Rick with warmth and complexity, balancing drama and tenderness that endeared him to fans. Beyond daytime TV, Robinson amassed over 140 acting credits, including notable film appearances alongside stars like Burt Lancaster in The Young Savages and Birdman of Alcatraz, directed by John Frankenheimer. He also appeared in cult horror films like Stanley in 1972, showcasing his ability to tackle varied genres. Despite a well-established career, Robinson's personal life faced challenges. In the mid-1980s, he pled guilty to income tax evasion and served a sentence concurrently while maintaining his acting career. He fathered 6 children and was a grandfather to 5 grandchildren, leaving behind a large, loving family. He married his wife, Jackie, in 2011. Chris Robinson passed away peacefully in his sleep on June 9, 2025, at his ranch near Sedona, Arizona, due to heart failure. His colleagues and fans mourn the loss of a talented, dedicated actor who left a profound impact on television history through his charismatic performances and professional integrity. Wayne Lewis passed away at the age of 68. Wayne Isaac Lewis was a celebrated American singer, songwriter, and founding member of the popular R&B and soul group Atlantic Starr. Born on April 13, 1957, in Valhalla, New York, Lewis was a talented vocalist and keyboardist who helped shape the sound of Atlantic Starr, a band known especially for its smooth ballads and catchy rhythms that gained prominence throughout the 1980s. Wayne Lewis co-founded Atlantic Starr in 1976 along with his brothers, David and Jonathan Lewis, creating a group that blended heartfelt lyrics with rich musical arrangements. The band found great success on the R&B charts with hits like Circles, Secret Lovers, and their signature song Always, which reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1987. He was known for his charismatic stage presence, striking sense of style, and his ability to connect with audiences emotionally through powerful performances. Beyond his work as a vocalist, Lewis contributed significantly as a songwriter and producer, helping the group maintain relevance and evolve their sound over the years. Atlantic Starr's style combined the essence of classic R&B with contemporary flair, making them a staple in the genre for decades. Wayne Lewis was also recognized for his fashion sense, often sporting distinctive textured and patterned suits that added to his charm and stage magnetism. This flair earned him admiration not only for his musical talents but also for his unique personal style. On June 5, 2025, Wayne Lewis passed away suddenly at a fitness center in Queens, New York, after collapsing while exercising on a treadmill. Despite immediate medical efforts, he was declared dead upon arrival at the hospital. His passing shocked fans and the music community, who mourned the loss of one of R&B's most influential voices. Lewis left behind a lasting legacy through Atlantic Starr's timeless music that continues to inspire artists and fans worldwide. He is remembered not only for his incredible talent, but also for his warmth and dedication to the craft of music. Clifton Jones. Passed away at the age of 87, Clifton Jones was a distinguished Jamaican-born British actor celebrated for his extensive work on television and film throughout the mid to late 20th century. Born on July 26, 1937 in St. Andrew, Jamaica, Jones moved to England in 1958 where he studied acting at the Italia Conti Academy in London. His early career was rooted in theatre, making his mark with roles such as Joe's boyfriend in the 1958 Theatre Workshop production of A Taste of Honey. Clifton Jones became a familiar face on British television starting in the late 1950s with an uncredited role in Emergency Ward 10 before becoming a regular as Dr. Jeremiah Sanders. Through the 1960s and 70s, he appeared in many popular series such as Dixon of Dock Green, Z-Cars, Danger Man, The Persuaders, Jason King, The One Din Line, Survivors, The Professionals, and 1990. His portrayal of the computer specialist David Cano in the first season of the 1970s sci-fi series Space, 1999, remains one of his most celebrated roles. Appearing in 23 of the 24 episodes, this role earned him a lasting fanbase and made him a key actor in British sci-fi history. Jones's film credits include appearances in The VIPs, 1963, the animated classic Watership Down, 1978, where he voiced Blackava Sheena, 1984, and other notable films such as Only When I Larf, 1968, and Innocent Bystanders, 1972. His deep, authoritative voice and commanding screen presence made him a sought-after actor for both on-screen and voice roles. He had a rich and varied career that crossed genre boundaries and geographic borders, contributing meaningfully to British television's golden era, while also maintaining connections to his Caribbean roots. Despite being removed from the spotlight in later years, his legacy as a trailblazing Jamaican actor in British media remains significant. Clifton Jones passed away on June 4, 2025. His contribution to television and film as a pioneering black actor, especially during times of cultural change in the UK, stands as a testament to his talent and resilience. He is mourned by fans and colleagues who remember his versatility, kindness, and professionalism. Ruth Buzzi passed away peacefully at the age of 88. Ruth Buzzi was a beloved American actress and comedian, whose vibrant personality and comedic genius made her a household name, especially as a star on the iconic NBC variety series Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Born Ruth Ann Buzzi on July 24, 1936 in Westerly, Rhode Island, she captivated audiences with her expressive face, radiant smile, and remarkable ability to bring characters to life with humor and heart. Buzzi's journey into entertainment began in her late teens when she studied at the Pasadena Playhouse College of Theater Arts. Early on, she demonstrated her diverse talents by performing live musical comedy and appearing in off-Broadway productions in New York. Her breakthrough came when she joined the groundbreaking sketch comedy show Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Airing from 1968 to 1973, she was the only performer to appear in every episode over the show's 6 seasons, earning 5 Emmy nominations and a Golden Globe Award in 1973 for her work on Laugh-In. Ruth Buzzi became famous for creating and portraying numerous quirky characters, but none as memorable as Gladys Ormsby, a dowdy, purse-wielding older woman who frequently thwarted the lecherous antics of her nemesis, Tyrone, played by Arte Johnson. Gladys became a feminist icon symbolizing resistance and resilience, her iconic brown attire and hairnet deeply etched in popular culture. Buzzi's impeccable timing and physicality brought immense charm and humor to the role. Throughout her 6-decade career, Buzzi appeared on numerous television shows, including The Carol Burnett Show, Sesame Street, where she was a recurring character in the 1990s, That Girl, Chips, and Seventh Heaven. She was also respected for her voice acting in beloved children's programs such as Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Berenstain Bears, and Paw Paws. In her later years, Ruth Buzzi faced a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. She passed away peacefully in her sleep at her home in Stephenville, Texas on May 1, 2025, after several years of hospice care. Her family shared heartfelt thanks to her fans for their decades of support and love. Ruth Buzzi's legacy endures through her laughter, her groundbreaking work in comedy, and the characters that touched millions. She paved the way for female comedians on television and remains a cherished figure for generations who grew up watching her legendary performances. Nicky Katt. Passed away at the age of 54, Nicky Katt was an American actor known for his intense portrayals of tough, often unsympathetic characters across television and film. Born Agustin Islas Katt on May 11, 1970 in South Dakota, he grew up in the Los Angeles area and began acting as a child, quickly gaining recognition for his powerful screen presence. Katt launched his career in the late 1970s with appearances on TV series such as Fantasy Island, Chips, and Father Murphy. As an adult, he came to prominence for his role as the unorthodox teacher Harry Sennett on the Fox drama Boston Public, 2000-2002, where he played a charismatic but edgy educator trying to connect with students in a challenging urban high school. He was widely acclaimed for his collaboration with prominent directors like Richard Linklater, Steven Soderbergh, and Christopher Nolan. Notably, Katt starred in Linklater's cult classic Dazed and Confused, 1993, as bully Clint Bruno, delivering memorable lines that cemented his role in 90s cinema. His film credits also include Boiler Room 2000, The Limey 1999, A Time to Kill 1996, Sin City 2005, and Insomnia 2002. Known for his dark and brooding looks, Katt often portrayed villainous or morally ambiguous characters such as hitmen, corrupt cops, or hostile antagonists. He also worked in voice acting, lending his voice to the character Atton Rand in the popular video game Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic the Seku. In 2004, he appeared in an off-Broadway production of Woody Allen's play A Second-Hand Memory, showcasing his theatrical talents. His last on-screen role was in an episode of the TV series Casual, 2018. Tragically, Nicky Katt was found deceased in his Burbank, California apartment on April 8, 2025. His death was ruled a suicide by authorities. Katt is remembered for bringing depth and intensity to every role, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that earned him respect within the film and television industry. Val Kilmer. Passed away at the age of 65, Val Kilmer was a highly acclaimed American actor whose career spanned several decades. Known for his versatile and compelling performances in both mainstream blockbusters and artistic films. Born on December 31, 1959 in Los Angeles, California, Kilmer rose to fame in the 1980s and 1990s with a string of iconic roles that showcased his charisma, depth, and range. Kilmer's breakthrough came with the 1986 aerial action film Top Gun, where he portrayed the confident and competitive pilot Iceman, earning him widespread recognition. He followed this with critically acclaimed performances such as Jim Morrison in Oliver Stone's biopic The Doors, 1991, where his intense and immersive portrayal deeply resonated with audiences. Kilmer also played Doc Holliday in the cult classic Western Tombstone, 1993, a role praised for its grit and complexity. One of Kilmer's most famous roles was as Bruce Wayne Batman in Batman Forever, 1995, stepping into the iconic superhero role with a unique interpretation praised for its dark and enigmatic tone. Other notable works include Heat, 1995, The Saint, 1997, and Alexander, 2004, demonstrating his ability to inhabit a wide variety of characters across genres. In 2014, Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer, a battle that deeply impacted both his life and career. He underwent 2 tracheotomies, which affected his voice and breathing, but continued to maintain his artistic pursuits despite his health challenges. Kilmer's resilience and spirit were celebrated in the 2021 documentary Val, which offered an intimate look at his life and career through personal footage and reflections. Val Kilmer made a touching return to the big screen with a brief but memorable cameo in Top Gun: Maverick 2022, delivering a poignant moment alongside Tom Cruise that symbolized both nostalgia and his enduring legacy in Hollywood. He passed away on April 1, 2025, in Los Angeles from pneumonia, compounded by underlying health issues related to cancer. His death was mourned by fans, fellow actors, and filmmakers worldwide, who remembered him as a talented, complex, an influential figure in the entertainment industry. Kilmer's legacy lives on through his extensive body of work and the unforgettable characters he brought to life, inspiring generations of actors and moviegoers alike. William Shatner. At 94 years of age, William Shatner remains one of the most active and engaged nonagenarians in the entertainment industry, defying conventional expectations about aging and retirement. His current lifestyle reflects a remarkable commitment to continued growth, exploration, and creative expression that serves as an inspiration to people of all ages who refuse to let advancing years limit their ambitions or curiosity about the world. Perhaps the most extraordinary achievement of Shatner's later years was his actual journey into space on October 13, 2021, aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard spacecraft. At age 90, he became the oldest person ever to travel to space, fulfilling a dream that had been decades in the making. The 11-minute suborbital flight was profoundly moving for Shatner, who emerged from the capsule visibly emotional and philosophical about the experience of seeing Earth from space and experiencing weightlessness. His reaction to the spaceflight was captured on video and became widely shared, showing Shatner overwhelmed with emotion as he described the profound beauty of Earth and the stark blackness of space. His authentic, unscripted response to the experience resonated with millions of viewers and demonstrated that even someone who had spent decades portraying a space captain could still be genuinely moved by the reality of space travel. The flight represented the ultimate convergence of his fictional and real-life experiences. Currently, Shatner maintains an active presence across multiple forms of media and continues to take on new projects with the enthusiasm of someone a fraction of his age. His social media presence is particularly notable as he engages regularly with fans on Twitter and other platforms, sharing thoughts on current events, memories from his career, and reflections on life. His online personality is characterized by humor, wisdom, and a genuine curiosity about the world around him. His recent television work includes appearances on various talk shows, documentaries, and special programs where he serves not only as an entertainer, but as a cultural historian, sharing insights from his 7-decade career in show business. These appearances showcase his sharp wit, excellent memory, and ability to adapt his communication style to contemporary audiences while maintaining the distinctive personality that has made him beloved by multiple generations. Shatner's current creative output includes continued work as an author, having written numerous books in recent years, covering topics ranging from science fiction to philosophy to personal memoir. His writing demonstrates the same fearless approach to new challenges that has characterized his entire career. He approaches each book project with the dedication of a professional writer, working with collaborators when necessary, but always ensuring that his authentic voice comes through in the final product. His involvement in the documentary series and reality television has provided new avenues for creative expression in his later years. These projects often focus on his personal interests and allow him to explore topics that fascinate him while sharing his perspectives with audiences. His natural curiosity and willingness to learn new things make him an engaging subject for documentary filmmakers and an effective host for educational programming. The relationship with his current wife, Elizabeth Martin, whom he married in 2001, provides him with companionship and support that enables his continued active lifestyle. Their marriage has lasted over 2 decades, suggesting a stability and compatibility that has allowed both partners to thrive. Elizabeth's support has been particularly important in enabling Shatner's various adventures and projects, providing a foundation of personal security that allows him to take creative and physical risks. Shatner's current physical condition is remarkable for someone of his age. He continues to engage in various forms of exercise and maintains the energy levels necessary for his demanding schedule. His commitment to staying physically active includes regular workouts, continued involvement with horses, and participation in various outdoor activities. This dedication to physical fitness is clearly a key factor in his ability to maintain such an active lifestyle well into his 90s. His philosophical approach to aging has evolved into a kind of informal mentorship role where he shares insights about living fully regardless of age. Through interviews, social media, and public appearances, he consistently advocates for the idea that age should not be seen as a limitation, but rather as an opportunity to bring accumulated wisdom and experience to new challenges. His own example serves as powerful evidence for this philosophy. The financial security that Shatner has achieved through his long career allows him the freedom to choose projects based on personal interest rather than economic necessity. This freedom has enabled him to take on experimental projects, support causes he believes in, and pursue adventures like space travel that might not have been possible earlier. In his career, when he needed to focus on building financial stability, his current relationship with the Star Trek franchise and its fan base remains strong, though he has successfully established his identity as more than just Captain Kirk. He continues to make appearances at conventions and fan events where he is received with tremendous enthusiasm by multiple generations of fans. These interactions provide him with ongoing connection to the work that made him famous, while allowing him to share how his perspectives have evolved over the decades. Shatner's current advocacy work includes continued support for tinnitus research and awareness, as well as various charitable causes related to veterans, animal welfare, and medical research. His celebrity status provides him with platforms to bring attention to these causes, and he uses his influence thoughtfully to support organizations and initiatives that align with his values and experiences. His current creative projects often reflect themes of legacy, memory, and the importance of human connection. Whether through his books, interviews, or public appearances, he consistently returns to questions about what makes life meaningful and how people can continue growing and learning regardless of their age or circumstances. These themes resonate strongly with audiences who are inspired by his example of continued engagement with life. The technology revolution has provided Shatner with new tools for creative expression and audience engagement that didn't exist during most of his career. His embrace of social media, streaming platforms, and digital communication demonstrates his willingness to adapt to changing times and find new ways to connect with audiences. This technological fluency is remarkable for someone of his generation and shows his commitment to staying current with contemporary communication methods. Looking toward the future, Shatner shows no signs of slowing down significantly. He continues to accept new projects, pursue new experiences, and maintain the curiosity and enthusiasm that have defined his approach to life. His current lifestyle serves as a powerful example of how to age successfully, maintaining independence, purpose, and joy well into the later decades of life. His current status as a cultural icon transcends his specific achievements in entertainment. He has become a symbol of vitality, curiosity, and the refusal to accept limitations based on age or conventional expectations. This role as an inspiration to others seems to energize him and provides additional motivation for his continued active engagement with life and new challenges. The wisdom that Shatner has accumulated through his long life and varied experiences makes his current commentary on contemporary issues particularly valuable. He brings historical perspective, personal experience with both success and failure, and a deep understanding of human nature to his observations about current events and social trends. This combination of experience and insight makes him a compelling voice in contemporary cultural conversations. As William Shatner continues his remarkable journey through his 10th decade of life, he remains a testament to the possibility of living fully at any age. His current activities and attitudes demonstrate that aging can be an adventure rather than a retreat, and that the accumulation of years can enhance rather than diminish one's capacity for wonder, growth. William Shatner, a comprehensive biography. William Thomas Shatner was born on March 22, 1931 in Côte-Saint-Luc, Quebec, a suburb of Montreal, Canada. He entered the world during the Great Depression, a time when families across North America were struggling with economic hardship. His parents, Joseph and Anne Shatner, were Jewish immigrants who had built a modest life in Canada. Joseph worked as a clothing manufacturer, running a small business that produced women's clothing, while Anne dedicated herself to raising their 3 children. Growing up in a middle-class Jewish household, young William was the middle child between his older sister Joy and younger sister Farah. The Shatner household was one where education and cultural enrichment were highly valued. His parents, despite their modest means, ensured that their children were exposed to the arts and encouraged to pursue their interests. This nurturing environment would prove instrumental in shaping William's future career in entertainment. From an early age, William displayed a natural charisma and theatrical flair that set him apart from his peers. He was known for being dramatically expressive, often entertaining family and friends with impromptu performances. His parents recognized this natural talent and encouraged his theatrical inclinations, enrolling him in various school productions and community theater groups throughout his childhood. The young Shatner attended Willington Elementary School and later West Hill High School in Montreal. During his school years, he was an active participant in drama clubs and school plays, often taking on leading roles despite his youth. His teachers noted his exceptional memory and ability to deliver lines with conviction and emotion that seemed beyond his years. These early performances served as a foundation for the commanding stage presence he would later become famous for. William's childhood was also marked by his love of literature and storytelling. He was an voracious reader, particularly drawn to science fiction novels and adventure stories. This early exposure to fantastical narratives and heroic characters would later influence his approach to acting, especially in his most famous role as Captain James. Kirk, the imaginative worlds he discovered in books during his youth helped cultivate the sense of wonder and adventure that would become central to his screen persona. Despite the economic challenges of the Depression era, the Shatner family maintained strong cultural traditions and values. William learned the importance of hard work from watching his father manage the family business, while his mother instilled in him a love of performance and artistic expression. The combination of business acumen and creative passion would serve him well throughout his multifaceted career. His formative years were also shaped by the close-knit nature of Montreal's Jewish community. The family regularly attended synagogue, and William participated in traditional Jewish celebrations and ceremonies. This cultural grounding provided him with a strong sense of identity and community belonging that would remain with him throughout his life. Even as his career took him far from his Canadian roots, as he entered his teenage years, William's interest in performance intensified. He began to seriously consider acting as a potential career path, much to the concern of his practical-minded parents who worried about the financial instability of show business. However, they continued to support his passion, recognizing that their son possessed a rare combination of talent, determination, and natural stage presence that might actually make such an unconventional career possible. After completing his education at McGill University in Montreal, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce degree in 1952, William Shatner made the pivotal decision to pursue acting professionally. Despite his business education, the pull of the stage proved irresistible. He began his professional career with the Montreal Repertory Theatre, where he honed his craft performing in classical productions and contemporary plays. His early theatrical work in Canada was marked by versatility and dedication. Shatner tackled a wide range of roles from Shakespearean drama to modern comedy, developing the distinctive vocal delivery and physical presence that would later become his trademark. His performances caught the attention of critics and fellow actors alike, establishing him as one of Canada's most promising young theatrical talents. In 1954, Shatner made the bold decision to move to New York City to pursue opportunities on Broadway. This transition marked the beginning of his transformation from a regional Canadian actor to an international star. His Broadway debut came in Tamburlaine the Great, followed by notable performances in productions, such as The World of Susie Wong and A. Shot in the dark, these theatrical successes demonstrated his ability to command attention on stage and led to his first television opportunities. Television in the 1950s was experiencing rapid growth, and Shatner positioned himself perfectly to take advantage of this expanding medium. He appeared in numerous anthology series, including Studio One, Playhouse 90, and the United States Steel Hour. His television work showcased his range as an actor and his ability to adapt to the intimate demands of the camera, skills that would prove invaluable in his later film career. Shatner's first significant film role came in 1958 with the brothers Karamazov, where he played Alexei Karamazov alongside an ensemble cast that included Yul Brynner and Maria Schell. Though his role was supporting, his performance demonstrated his ability to hold his own among established film stars. This early film experience taught him valuable lessons about screen acting and the collaborative nature of film. The 1960s brought Shatner his most famous and career-defining role as Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek. While initially conceived as a television series, the cultural impact of Star Trek would eventually lead to a highly successful film franchise, Shatner's. Portrayal of the charismatic starship captain combined elements of classical heroism with a distinctly modern sensibility. His Kirk was passionate, decisive, and deeply human characteristics that resonated with audiences and established the template for science fiction heroes that followed. The original Star Trek series ran from 1966 to 1969, but its cancellation was far from the end of Shatner's association with the franchise. The show's popularity and syndication led to the first Star Trek motion picture in 1979. Star Trek, the motion picture marked Shatner's transition from television actor to movie star. Though the film received mixed reviews, however, it proved commercially successful enough to launch a series of sequels that would define much of Shatner's film career. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, 1982, is widely regarded as the finest film in the franchise and represents the peak of Shatner's performance as Captain Kirk. The film showcased his ability to portray a more mature, contemplative version of his famous character while maintaining the adventurous spirit that made Kirk iconic. His scenes with Ricardo Montalban's Khan demonstrated his skill at dramatic confrontation, while his emotional response to Spock's death revealed new depths in his acting range. The subsequent Star Trek films, The Search for Spock, 1984, The Voyage Home, 1986, The Final Frontier, 1989, and The Undiscovered Country, 1991, allowed Shatner to explore different facets of his character, while also taking on additional responsibilities as a director for The Final Frontier. These films collectively grossed hundreds of millions of dollars worldwide and cemented Shatner's status as a major film star. Beyond Star Trek, Shatner demonstrated his versatility in various film genres. He appeared in horror films like The Devil's Rain, 1975 westerns such as White Comanche, 1968, and thrillers including The Intruder, 1962, an early film that dealt with racial integration in the American South. These diverse roles showed his willingness to take risks and explore different aspects of his craft. One of his most critically acclaimed film performances came in Miss Congeniality 2000, where he played a flamboyant pageant coordinator opposite Sandra Bullock. This role demonstrated his comedic timing and his ability to embrace self-parody, showing a side of his personality that endeared him to new generations of fans. His performance was both humorous and surprisingly touching, revealing his skill at finding humanity in even the most eccentric characters. Shatner's film work also extended to more experimental and independent productions. He appeared in various low-budget science fiction and horror films throughout his career, often bringing a level of professionalism and commitment that elevated the material. His willingness to work in different budget levels and genres demonstrated his genuine love of acting and his understanding that every role offered opportunities for growth and expression. The financial success of his film career, particularly the Star Trek movies, provided Shatner with the security to pursue more personal projects and to be selective about his roles. The films not only established him as a bankable star, but also created a global fan base that would support his various endeavors. Throughout his career, the merchandising and licensing opportunities associated with Star Trek also provided significant, ongoing revenue streams that contributed to his long-term financial stability. His approach to film acting evolved over the decades, moving from the more theatrical style of his early career to a more naturalistic approach that better suited the medium. Directors often praised his professionalism, his preparation, and his collaborative spirit on set. Despite his reputation for having a large personality, colleagues consistently reported that he was generous with fellow actors and respectful of the filmmaking process. Throughout his remarkably long career spanning over 7 decades, William Shatner has faced various health challenges that have tested his resilience and determination. Despite these obstacles, he has consistently demonstrated a remarkable ability to overcome adversity and maintain his active lifestyle well into his 90s. One of the most significant health issues that has affected Shatner throughout much of his adult life is tinnitus, a condition characterized by persistent ringing, buzzing, or other phantom sounds in the ears. Shatner developed this condition in 1966 during the filming of a Star Trek episode titled Arena. During a scene involving an explosion, he was standing too close to the special effects, and the loud blast damaged his hearing, resulting in severe tinnitus that would plague him for decades. The impact of tinnitus on Shatner's life cannot be overstated. He has described the condition as initially devastating, causing periods of depression and despair as he struggled to cope with the constant noise in his ears. The ringing was so severe at times that it interfered with his sleep, concentration, and overall quality of life. In interviews, he has spoken candidly about how the condition brought him to the brink of suicide during its worst periods, as he felt overwhelmed by the relentless auditory intrusion. However, Shatner's experience with tinnitus also led him to become an advocate for tinnitus research and treatment. He worked closely with the American Tinnitus Association, supporting their efforts to find better treatments and ultimately a cure for the condition. His openness about his struggles helped bring awareness to a condition that affects millions of people worldwide, but often goes unrecognized or misunderstood by the general public. Through various treatment approaches, including tinnitus retraining therapy and the use of masking devices, Shatner was eventually able to manage his condition more effectively. He learned techniques to redirect his attention away from the tinnitus and developed coping strategies that allowed him to continue his career without significant interference. His success in managing the condition has served as an inspiration to many other tinnitus sufferers who felt hopeless about their situation. As Shatner entered his later years, he faced the typical health challenges associated with aging. He has been open about dealing with various age-related conditions, though he has generally maintained a private stance about specific medical details. However, his continued active lifestyle and professional commitments well into his 80s and 90s suggests that he has managed these challenges effectively. 1. Area where Shatner has been particularly proactive is in maintaining his physical fitness. Understanding the importance of staying active as he aged, he embraced various forms of exercise and physical activity. He became known for his dedication to horseback riding, which not only provided physical exercise, but also served as a form of therapy and stress relief. His involvement with horses became so significant that he wrote several books about the topic and established it as a central part of his post-Star Trek identity. Shatner has also been conscious of the mental health aspects of aging and has spoken about the importance of staying mentally engaged and challenged. His continued work in television, film, and writing has served as a form of cognitive exercise, keeping his mind sharp and active. He has credited his ongoing professional commitments with helping him maintain his mental acuity and overall sense of purpose. The actor has also dealt with various minor injuries and health scares typical of someone with such an active lifestyle. His adventures in horseback riding, motorcycle touring, and other physical activities have occasionally resulted in accidents and injuries. However, his generally positive attitude and commitment to recovery have allowed him to bounce back from these setbacks relatively quickly. Shatner's approach to health challenges reflects his overall philosophy of facing adversity head-on rather than allowing it to limit his possibilities. He has consistently refused to let health issues define his capabilities or restrict his ambitions. This attitude has been evident in his willingness to continue taking on physically demanding roles and activities, even as he has aged. His experience with health challenges has also influenced his advocacy work beyond tinnitus awareness. He has supported various medical research initiatives and has used his celebrity status to bring attention to health issues affecting older adults. His visibility as an active, engaged senior citizen has helped challenge stereotypes about aging and has inspired others to maintain active lifestyles regardless of their age. The management of his various health conditions has required Shatner to work closely with medical professionals throughout his life. He has spoken positively about the importance of having a good medical team and staying proactive about health maintenance. Regular checkups, preventive care, and early intervention when problems arise have been key components of his health management strategy. Shatner's openness about his health challenges, particularly his tinnitus, has helped destigmatize discussions about invisible disabilities and chronic conditions. By sharing his experiences, he has shown that it is possible to maintain a successful, fulfilling career and life despite ongoing health challenges. His advocacy has provided hope and encouragement to countless individuals facing similar conditions. Despite the various health challenges he has faced, Shatner has maintained a remarkably positive outlook on life and aging. He has often spoken about the importance of adaptability and the need to adjust expectations and approaches as circumstances change. This flexibility has been crucial to his ability to continue working and pursuing new projects well into his 90s. His health journey has also reinforced his appreciation for life and his determination to make the most of every opportunity. The perspective gained from facing significant health challenges has contributed to his philosophical approach to life and his understanding of what truly matters. This wisdom has been reflected in his later work, which often explores themes of mortality, legacy, and the meaning of life. William Shatner's life, despite its professional successes and public acclaim, has been marked by profound personal losses that have shaped his character and worldview. These experiences with grief and tragedy have provided him with a deeper understanding of human vulnerability and have influenced both his personal philosophy and his artistic work. The most devastating loss in Shatner's life came on August 9, 1999, when his third wife, Naren Kid Shatner, was found dead in the swimming pool of their Studio City home. Naren, a former model and actress, had struggled with alcoholism throughout their marriage, and her death was ruled an accidental drowning related to her drinking. Shatner discovered her body himself when he returned home, a traumatic experience that would haunt him for years to come. The circumstances surrounding Naren's death were particularly tragic because Shatner had been actively trying to help her overcome her addiction. He had arranged for multiple treatment programs and interventions, demonstrating his commitment to their marriage despite the challenges posed by her alcoholism. The couple had been married for only 3 years, having wed in 1996, but Shatner had invested tremendous emotional energy in trying to save both his wife and their relationship. In the aftermath of Naren's death, Shatner faced intense media scrutiny and public speculation about the circumstances. Initially, there were questions raised about whether foul play might have been involved, adding an additional layer of trauma to his grieving process. Although the investigation ultimately confirmed that the death was accidental, the period of uncertainty and public attention made his mourning process even more difficult. The loss of Naren profoundly affected Shatner's perspective on life and relationships. He has spoken in interviews about how the experience taught him about the limits of what one person can do to save another. No matter how much love and resources they are willing to invest, this painful lesson about the nature of addiction and personal responsibility became a recurring theme in his later reflections on life and relationships. Beyond his marital losses, Shatner has experienced the deaths of many close friends and colleagues from the entertainment industry. The passing of his Star Trek co-stars has been particularly difficult as these relationships spanned decades and involved both professional collaboration and deep personal friendships. The death of DeForest Kelley, Dr. McCoy, in 1999 was especially painful as the two men had maintained a close friendship long after their Star Trek days ended. The loss of Leonard Nimoy Spock in 2015 was another significant blow to Shatner. Their relationship had been complex, marked by both deep friendship and occasional tensions. But Nimoy's death left Shatner feeling that an important chapter of his life had closed forever. The fact that they had been somewhat estranged in Nimoy's final years added a layer of regret and unfinished business to Shatner's grief. James Doohan Scotty passed away in 2005, and his death further reduced the circle of Shatner's oldest professional relationships. These losses were not just about the end of friendships. They represented the gradual dissolution of a unique creative partnership that had defined much of Shatner's professional identity. Each death reminded him of his own mortality and the finite nature of the special bond he had shared with his Star Trek family. Shatner has also experienced the loss of family members throughout his life. The death of his parents, Joseph and Ann Shatner, marked the end of his connection to his childhood and his roots in Montreal's Jewish community. These losses, while expected as part of the natural order of life, nonetheless represented significant emotional transitions for someone who had maintained strong family ties. Despite his demanding career, the actor has been open about how these various losses have affected his approach to relationships and his understanding of what matters most in life. He has spoken about becoming more appreciative of time spent with loved ones and more aware of the importance of resolving conflicts and expressing feelings while there is still opportunity to do so. His experience with loss has also influenced his creative work. Many of his later projects have dealt with themes of mortality, memory, and the meaning of human connections. His albums, books, and performances often reflect a deeper appreciation for life's fragility and the importance of making meaningful connections with others while time allows. Shatner's marriages before. Naren also ended in divorce, though these separations were less tragic than her death. His first marriage to Gloria Rand lasted from 1956 to 1969 and produced 3 daughters, Leslie, Elizabeth, and Melanie. His second marriage to Marcy Lafferty lasted from 1973 to 1996. While these divorces involved their own forms of loss and disappointment, they were voluntary separations rather than the involuntary loss represented by death. The relationship with his children has been affected by the demands of his career and the various challenges in his personal life. Like many actors of his generation, Shatner has had to balance the demands of a traveling, time-intensive career with the responsibilities of fatherhood. The divorces and remarriages created additional complexity in these relationships, requiring ongoing effort to maintain connections across changing family dynamics. Despite these various losses, Shatner has demonstrated remarkable resilience and an ability to continue building new relationships and pursuing new experiences. His fourth marriage to Elizabeth Martin in 2001 showed his willingness to remain open to love despite the pain of previous losses. This relationship has provided him with companionship and support as he has navigated his later years. The cumulative effect of these losses has been to deepen Shatner's appreciation for life and to strengthen his commitment to living fully in each moment. Rather than becoming bitter or withdrawn, he has used his experiences with grief as motivation to pursue new adventures and to maintain an active, engaged lifestyle. His philosophy seems to be that the best way to honor those who have been lost is to continue living with passion and purpose. Shatner's openness about his experiences with loss has also made him a source of comfort and inspiration for others facing similar challenges. His willingness to discuss grief, addiction, and the complexities of human relationships has helped normalize these difficult topics and has shown that even successful, accomplished people must deal with profound personal challenges. His advocacy work, particularly around issues like tinnitus awareness and support for veterans, has been partly motivated by his understanding of suffering and his desire to help others who are struggling. The personal losses he has experienced have given him credibility and authenticity when speaking about difficult topics and have enhanced his ability to connect with people facing their own challenges. Please let me know when you'd like me to continue with the final block about his current life and activities.